Okay. I think I have everything set up right. Do I? Can you guys hear me? Trying to get the sound put in here. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Julio? Hey, Kev Pro. Hey, Kitten Mutton. Hi, Ethan Lee. Hey, Mike. Hi, Aurorus. Hey, Julio. Hey, Zilnato. What's up, Bluey? Amazing name. Thanks, Angie. What's up, Eero? Hey, Luncheon. You guys can hear me? Cool. All right. That sounds dodgy. What's up, Bongo? Hey, Z. What's up, guys? So, yeah, this is going to be your typical update stream as I've been doing recently. I got some more bad news, but I also got some good news. So, hey, Nebula. What's up, Blink? I remember watching your Pokemon Pokemon videos. Yeah. We'll get back to doing more Pokemon here soon. I've been grinding for this shiny Mewtwo recently on Let's Go so I could transfer it over to Sword and Shield. So, we're working on that. Hey, Tony. Hey, Stars. Good, the bad news first. Okay, so bad news, of course, is the computer. I'm basically just buying a whole new computer at this point. It's no longer just a repair for this computer. Literally everything that has gone wrong from a computer has. And it's because like little pieces keep being found that are broken that are stopping the whole repair progress. So for how, what's up, Calgary? For how like terrible my PC was during that whole move, how they just kind of completely just like broke everything. At first glance, when I was looking at it, I thought it was just the computer case and possibly the processor. I was like, okay, so that's fine. But I forgot that certain components of that motherboard that was attached to the processor wasn't fully there. And so you had to use a microscope. And so for them, they had a very specific microscope to look at certain parts of the motherboard. And of course, certain parts for it that require you to be able to plug stuff in, the little pieces were broken out and stripped out because of how bad it was stripped out from the breaking. Oh, your Pokemon Home can't connect to the Switch? Oh no! I was writing out my court case and then I saw this notification. Ooh, court case. Yeah, they really messed up my PC, that's for sure. So in sense, it's kind of a good thing because now I'm getting a PC that's like a million times better than what I had, and I already had a really good PC. So I have that to look forward to when we get back to streaming. It's going to be like top tier PC. So, but yeah, that's the bad news, and I won't hear about what type of motherboard I should be getting until Monday because the guy that's been working on my PCs is also a really like a big gamer, so he's been giving me tips on different things that I should be trying out, and especially for my build. I'm going. My computer looks. I want to keep it like a theme. Right now, it's going all white, and a lot of my pieces for my setup are all white. Like my headset. Well, these aren't obviously, but my mic isn't working or can't work with the laptop, so I have to use these Beats by Dre, Power Beats by Dre. So do that. A godlike PC, pretty much, yeah. This year has been a disaster. Let's be fair here. It's true. This whole year has been definitely a grind and not something I was expecting along the way. If you do end up getting a better PC, will you be streaming? Oh, absolutely. As soon as I get that PC, we're streaming. We're back on the grind. So it's literally just a waiting game until I get that PC back. And I don't know how long it will take. Every single week, it seems like something's wrong with my PC. And I'm getting really frustrated about it, but I've been waiting for so long on this. It's been over a month since I turned that thing in. And every week, it seems like something new is wrong. And so at this point, it's just like, put everything that's new in there. Just put it new. Who cares? I should have just bought a whole new PC at this point. So, but the problem is I live in Alaska and everything takes forever to be shipped here in Alaska. So unlucky. Yeah, I sent it like end of January or the beginning of February. I think it was the beginning of February. All right, later, Julio. Is it just me or do you seem happier and healthier than last year? Dude, okay, that's the good news here, right? Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I definitely, oh, Mike notices, but I feel so much happier and healthier right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, see you, Julio. Um, I don't know. I feel so much better. So I think that going back to like the old me is definitely on its way. And I think when I lost my way during YouTube last time, I ended up losing a lot of myself in the process. But that's also because of so much depression. We already went over this last year. I'm not going to go over it again. But yeah, again, I went through a huge depressive state. I just didn't like where I was at in life, and it was really hard for me to regain my traction along the way too. You smash the like button, nice one. Um, Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. It does help out a lot. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but definitely having the like to sub ratio is really good for YouTubers. And I know sometimes it's hard for like some people don't remember to hit the like button or hit the sub button. Um, and I don't always go out of my way to be like, hey, you guys should like this video, by the way, or you guys should sub to this channel, because as you know, I'm not really a numbers guy, anyways. Although I'm trying to be a statistician, so I guess I am all about numbers. But what's up, Moon? Title, yeah, I couldn't think of anything. It's kind of just like yep, another update stream. Let's go. So yeah, that stuff definitely helps out a lot. So if you do want to help out your fellow YouTuber or subscribe to someone that you actually enjoy their content, then go for it. I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not like taking anything out of your day to hit one button, you know. So I really appreciate it when you guys do that. Because I try to do that for anyone I watch too. Like, I always like to support all my friends that I watch their channels for. Sub to my channel and you get a Kit Kat. Ooh, I'm subbing then. Dude, I want a Kit Kat. Wait, how do I get to your channel though? Wait, I can't do it through here. All right, stupid. I want a Kit Kat, but also I can't eat that Kit Kat. So as you know, let's see, I started my diet last Monday. So it's been a week, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. Is that right? Yeah. So if it's Monday and it's 4 days after, yeah, 11 days. So it's been 11 days and I've been on this diet. I've been working out a lot. Um, so I know in 11 days, you aren't supposed to be having like crazy transformations or anything, but I definitely feel it for at least the energy wise. I just feel so much happier. I feel so much happier. And um, I just feel more energetic too. Like, I feel more excited to be able to go about my day too. Yeah, we're gonna do workout streams. They aren't like workout streams. They're more like challenges, I guess would be to say. Right thing. So if I messed up on something in a stream or I failed to do something in a stream, then I guess it more sounds like punishment than anything. But I'm gonna say it's a challenge. So like let's say I'm playing League of Legends, or yeah, let's say I'm playing League of Legends and I died like 16 times. That means after that stream, I have to do whatever amount would 16 be, maybe like do 16 push-ups. I don't know, whatever, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, if I die so many times, I have to do that many. Maybe I'll do 2 push-ups per death in a stream. Hey, Starfall, you're looking amazing, by the way. Not that you didn't look good before. Oh, thank you, Zolnado. I appreciate that. The Gigantamax toxicity event is going to end on the 9th of March. Well, I already got the shiny version of that, so we're good. My foot's asleep. Oh no. Can't wait for those streams to follow along. Let's go. Did your PC came? No. Yeah, that was at the beginning of the stream. I was saying that it still is being worked on. They found something more wrong with it, which was the motherboard that had components that were stripped from it. So they had to they're going to look for a new motherboard for me to ship in. So that sucks. But that is the last component though. Like I know that for sure because there's literally nothing else you can upgrade on that PC because I literally bought everything new in that PC. Literally everything is upgraded besides the hard drive. So all I guess I could what I should have done at the very beginning was just like, all right, screw it. I'm just gonna buy an whole new PC. What's the point of bringing this in here if it's just completely destroyed? Oh, you're leaving Aureus? Or Aureus? Aureus? I haven't found a shiny in Pokemon games. Oh no, Aaron, is it cool if I make a KNY OC based on you? KNY as in Demon Slayer? Oh, yes, please. That'd be awesome. I love that anime. I I love like any art that people make of me, even if it's really dumb. Even if it's dumb because I laugh at it because I know you're trying to intend it to be funny, and I love it. It really makes my day when people make art about me. I have like my whole hard drive filled with all the saved art. I have a whole folder filled with saved fan art, and that I love it. Sometimes I go through it, and then it's also my screensavers. Um, I know some of you guys are like, "Oh no, my art's a screensaver," but I really cherish that stuff. So I love my viewers. I don't need my shoes. Um, I haven't been active on your channel since TV. I have to leave now, but I'll come back next upload stream. Sounds good. See you later, dude. Is what did they do to your PC? Play football? I think they had like an MMA fight with it, and they just beat the crap out of it. You got the new Bardock? Nice. I heard that's good. Mastery update on the LL. I saw that. I saw Ait was playing it. It looks good. I think that's a genius idea for LL. As you guys know, I did like that game. Okay, so I actually really did like Lumion Legacy. I did not really care for the hierarchy of Lumion Legacy. So although I'm not playing that game, I still want the game to do well because I've always found that game to be really good, a good idea, and they put a lot of hard work. At least I know T-Rad and the artist put a bunch of work into that game. So I really want them to, those at least those components to succeed. You know. I don't wish any of them ill will or anything like that, but I really hope at least those components, I really hope those at least do really well. And I like that mastery program thing. It looks really good. It looks like a really cool idea. If I was still playing, I would definitely be all about that because that's all grinding and everything. It looks really fun. Are you gonna see the metal posters in a bit? I'm gonna make your breathing as cat breathing because I don't know what else your breathing should be. Sounds good. Bro, I saw a bit on someone playing PvP 8th gym on my recommended and shed a tear. Oh, cat breathing. I just imagine 200 underpaid workers using WWE moves on random dudes PC. Dude, that was me. I hope to see it. Do you miss Brick Bombs? No, not at all. Is it just me or murder sounds different than usual? Like, what do you mean? Like bad, good, or do I just sound weird? But yeah, we got some metal posters in the mail. I'll do that in a bit though. I sound like a phone call. It's probably because I'm using these wireless headsets. So, but all it is what it is. I don't really have any other way of doing it, so this is what I got. I can't change it, so what was I talking about before that? Um, hmm. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was talking about Lumion Legacy and how the master thing is a good idea. Um, I love that idea. I thought it was great. I was watching I8. If you guys haven't checked I8 Your Face's channel, you should check that out. He's been putting out pretty good content. Um, oh, the Minecraft mug? Yeah, it's a creeper. I love it. Um, but yeah, it's a cool idea. Hope your PC gets better from the wrestling fight. I hope so too. Thank you, kitten. Today I had two exams, and one of them I was actually studying really hardcore for. Not like I don't hardcore study for everything else. Um, and I created these like diagrams. They're like this big, and they had like different components for the processes I was looking at for in biology. So that was really good learning. And so I took the exam, and like the only way I could take this exam is I would go to the E building, which is like online testing. So I went to this building, and I had a bunch of like it was just a room filled with just hundreds of computers, and the computers were like this space to the next person. So I had to sit. This doesn't sound bad. I had to sit between like two very large people, and I I couldn't fit. It sounds really bad. But like I pulled out the chair, I sat down, and I was scooting in, and immediately just like, and the other person. So I'm like Velociraptor typing on my computer, and I looked over, and the guy was like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be looking over on the exam. Like, can can you scoot over just a little bit, please?" And he's like, "No, this is all the room I got." Okay. Then I looked over to the lady. I was like, "Do you think you can scoot over just a little bit?" She's like, "No." So Draco, so you like, so are you? I was like a sandwich, yeah. It was really awkward. It was hard to concentrate for the exam because of the condition I was in. Um, and I was trying to be as as politeful, right? Respectful. As be as respectful as politeful. Uh, is that a word? Am I tripping? What is politeful a word? I got. Oh God. Oh God. Hey, English isn't what I'm studying. I'm studying biology. David, wait, this is not a word. Is this a Pokemon Brick Run shiny hunting stream? Dude, I wish. Anna sent me something. Okay. Guess what? LL became even more pay to play. Didn't think it was possible, to be honest. Spent 300 in a row trying to get a gamma. Well, guess what? Took them. Okay, what kind of. Oh, huh. Tell the thick story. Wait. Wait, why? I'm being serious. Why is it politeful? I don't know. I can't see. Dude, if I don't get another like for that, I don't know, man. Dude, give a like for what a made up word I had. All right. Oh, people have been wanting me to retell this story I've told a while back, um, but it's not like I told it one time because I lost a bet, I think, right, or something like that. I told one of my more embarrassing stories. And so, what game content are you gonna do? We're gonna do a lot of Pokemon content, so a lot of or not Let's Go, Sword and Shield. I actually want to get into battling again. So I was trying to figure out how to do Showdown through YouTube because right now I'm on a government PC. All right, I can't download anything on here. The only thing I can do is stream, but I don't know if there's a way I can screen share like I do with OBS through YouTube. because I was just gonna do Pokemon Showdown and just do that until my PC comes out. But I don't know if there's a way to do that. But if someone could find a way to do that, I would do it. Yo, I used to watch your Roblox Pokemon stuff all the time. What's up, guy? I like your name, by the way. Wait, what about the story where the chicken wing was stuck to the wall? Oh, that was the terrible Tinder date. Yeah, that's a good one. Do you guys want to hear that one? Do you guys want me to do story day? I'll do story day. Okay. So some of you guys have heard this story for sure. And some of you be like, I haven't heard the story, but then remember, like, oh yeah, that's right. Hey, Naira. So a bunch of downloading stuff. Yeah. I can't download anything on this PC or this laptop. Mike wants posters though? Okay, we'll do posters. No, that's not what. That's not how the story went. There's no story of me just being poor. Tell the story of when you were poor. Don't worry, he's poor. When did that start? And that became like a huge meme for a while there. Like I would go into a lobby and people were like, "Oh, it's a poor Murphy." And I used to crack me the hell up. Hey, Cora. Oh, you were broke. The Rolex game is boring today, not like the old days. Yeah. Mud face. Apparently Aaron was poor. We don't know about it. Yeah, that's the reaction I was expecting. Okay, so yeah, exactly, Dark. That is the story. I got mugged. So I'll tell that story real quick. We'll take it to story day, whatever. So we'll tell that story. We'll tell a story, and then I'll show a poster. I'll tell a story, show another poster. I have 5 posters, so these posters are sick, and they're all metal, so it's gonna be awesome. So I'm at my friend's place, and I'm just at the sleepover, right? And this is the very first time I ever got mugged. I actually didn't even know what it was at first. So it was late at night. My buddy was like, "Hey man, do you think you can stop by 7-Eleven? You guys know what 7-Eleven is, right?" Congratulations, you laughed. Men's word record. What does that mean? Yeah, okay, so 7-Eleven. So I'm walking out and it's like I want to say it's like 10 o'clock at night. And the 7-Eleven's like a block away from this guy's house. So I'm walking down the street but there's like this one path that leads directly straight to 7-Eleven, and it is a shortcut, but it's like it wasn't lit at all. So there was no lights on this path. It was a straight path, but you could see 7-Eleven down the path. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do that real quick, and I'll walk right back. I'm wearing my PJs. I think I have my Pikachu slippers on too, because it was just supposed to be a quick late night trip, grab some snacks and a big gulp, I think it was. We used to get those big gulps and then split them, use that as like just a liter bottle, and then split them amongst each other because it was cheaper and we could still drink a lot from it. So I'm walking over there. I don't remember how old I was. I think I was 15 or 16. I can't remember. But I was sleeping over, and my buddy's like, "Hey, you should go to 7-Eleven." So I walk over there. I'm like, "Do you guys want anything? I'll get you guys some." And they're like, "Yeah, pick us up some of this stuff." I'm like, "All right, sure." And we were just getting through gaming, right? We were just playing some video games at the time. I can't remember what video games we were playing, so that doesn't matter. So I'm walking over, and in the dark, I can see this big figure walking towards me, and I keep walking by, and he's like, "Hey man, hey man," and I kept walking, and he like grabs my shoulder, say, hey man, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm just going to 7-Eleven. Like, no, you ain't. And then just just laid into me. Just the heaviest punch I've ever felt in my life. And I've done some like boxing. I've been in fights for hockey. I got in fights when I was a kid. I fought kids that hurt my brother. Um, but it was just like the biggest knock to the face I've ever taken. Um, so that's saying something. And I remember as soon as I got hit, I instantly fell to the ground, like instant. And I could see like lightning strikes and amongst the black darkness. And I'm sitting laying there, I'm like, oh, like kind of unconscious, but I could feel him like patting me. And so this is probably where you guys get up that meme. And he's like, oh shit, you don't have anything, poor motherfucker. Kicks me and then walks away. Like, oh, okay. Oh. So I'm laying there for like, I felt like 10 to 15 minutes, just laid there. I was like, oh, holy shit. And so I get up and I could feel like, I felt like liquid running down my face, but I couldn't see it because it's pitch black where I'm at. And we were walking back to the house, or I'm walking back to the house, and I'm just covered in blood. The mom freaks out. She just freaks. She's like, "Oh my god!" And so I'm getting in there, and they're sitting me down. They're asking me what's going on, and the mom instantly calls the police. And my friends are like, "Did you get the food, man? Did you get the snacks at least? Like, are you hurt? Does it hurt? Like, dude, I just got one punched in the face, man. Yes, it hurts. And no, I didn't get your food after I got punched in the face." And so the police show up, and I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, my parents are gonna find out. They're gonna be pissed at me. I don't need this in my life. And so they're asking me questions. They're like, so did you see the guy? I'm like, no, I didn't get a good look at him, so I have no idea what he looks like. So do you have do you have any form of identification? I'm like, like, oh, I think he took my wallet. And my friend's like, no, you left your wallet here, you idiot. Throws it at me. I'm like, thanks. So I show him my wallet, and he's like, so did he take anything from you? I'm like, no, I forgot my wallet. And they're like, you could say you're poor, man. It's okay. Like, don't worry. It's okay to be poor. Like, no, I have money. It's just not in cash form. I have a card. And they're like, it's okay, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. Hey, Bill, it's okay. He's poor. Don't worry. And I'm like, no, I'm not poor. I swear. So I just couldn't let go as I have like blood running down my face. I'm like, I'm not poor. I have money. I work. Oh, and so they all leave. They file a report, and nothing came of it, obviously, because I didn't have any information besides me just having a big. I have a scar like right here, and it's from the guy's ring as he hit me, and it's been there forever since. I don't know if it's like an insignia or anything, but it definitely just looks like like a scar mark. So that was it. That was like the whole thing. And then when I told that story, everyone kept calling me poor after that. Like, I'm not. I swear, I'm not poor. Yeah, that was good times right there. I loved that. Um, so that was that story. So let's show you guys a poster though. So I went to a place called Displate, and they make metal posters. And I thought these posters were really cool. So I don't know if the laptop will do it any justice, but yeah, right there. Goku doing the Kamehameha as the blue and bed cloud for it, outlined. Pretty sick. I'm gonna hang it up back here somewhere. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm waiting for my actual like webcam so I can actually get a good idea of how to post it. But that's one poster. They're really nice looking. I love it. Um, yeah, it's a good thing he didn't have a knife. Otherwise, that literally could have been the end of Aaron's life. That's true. Yeah. Remember when someone made an aeronautical as poor account? Yeah, I remember that. I just drew concept of your KMY OCAM. MA, put it in your Discord if you want to see it. Oh, let me check it out. Oh, by the way, there should be links in the description if you guys want to check them out. I think my Discord's in there too. I'm not seeing the art. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Unless, hmm. Or did you mean Discord or do you mean my Twitter? No, you meant my Discord. Um, oh yeah, so another story. Which one other one was it? Um, hmm. There was another story you guys wanted me to tell. Um, Not the thick story. I'm never telling that one again. Not the thick story. You guys are incorrigible, man. Like I don't know why you guys want to see it, hear it anyways. It's not even that funny. Like it's weird for you guys, right? Like because it's basically girls objectifying me. That's all it is. That's all it is. Um, what story did you guys want to hear? I can't remember what it was. Yes, it was because I was in football and the cheerleaders there. I was friends with one of them, and I actually wanted to date one of them. And I'll just tell it anyways. Who cares? I wanted to date one of them, and I was good friends with them too. And so I went over to her place because I was going to be on a date, and it was back in high school. And her parents were gone. We were supposed to watch a movie, but my ex was there in the same building, like the same room. I walked in there. It was really awkward. Oh, I hate this story. So they ended up just wanting to ask a bunch of questions. And what ended up happening was, well, they had like these huge bean bags in the middle of the room. So we're all just like laying on top of the bean bags. And tell me a story when you went to a girl's house and she was talking to someone, aka Richard. Went to a Tell the story of when you went to a girl's house and she was talking to someone, aka Richard. Is that? I think that's the one I'm talking about, right? I think this is the one you're talking about. Um, oh wait, are you talking about the invisible friend, the ghost friend? Oh, you mean Rupert? Oh yeah. So continuing with the thick story. So my ex puts her feet like, because I'm laying down like this on the beanbags, just talking, and so she put her feet on my butt, and that was weird. And she's like, Aaron, you've always been thick. Like, she's like, they do the thing where the girls are talking to each other, and oh god, this story makes you cringe so hard. And they were just talking to each other, and they're flirting about me. And my ex was like, yeah, that's the main reason why I noticed him at first, because he was in his football gear, and his butt looked good in football pants. And I was like, oh my god, that's such a weird thing to say. What are you doing? She's like, I'm just helping you out. I'm your wing girl. I'm like, no, I don't want you to be my wing girl. I don't want you here. um, but yeah, it turns out they were like best friends too. So that was new. I did not know that. But yeah, that was a really awkward story. Bro, you got girls checking you out? Yeah, I know it's gonna sound really conceited, but that's not new. Um, oh, high school was a weird time, man. That was such a weird time. It was so much like messing around, you know? Never to be told again? No. You see why I don't want to tell it, right? It's so awkward. And then chat stops talking because I'm talking about it. Like everyone's like, tell the dick story, and then once I tell it, they're like, oh. Or at least that's how I imagine it, because no one's talking afterwards. It's just like, oh. So that's what it was about. I noticed it. I see it now. So yeah, tell the Rupert story. Oh, the uh, so the my ex had an imaginary friend, and that was this is a creepy story. Um, it's probably funny to you guys, but at the time I was freaking out. What's up? What's up, Crush? And so, hey, Capralis. um, so her name is Naima, and uh, she was actually a fantastic person. She was great to be around, had great personality, and she was really, really pretty. She was really pretty, um, which wasn't the main reason why I dated her, by the way. It was just a very good reason why I dated her. But we started dating for a while, and I think it was like a couple weeks in, I started noticing that she kept talking to herself a lot. And I always thought that was just her, like, some people just kind of talk to themselves to work through a problem they're going through. But she was having like full blown conversations to herself. And I thought it was really odd. I've never like been around people that was like that. But I'm also a very accepting person too. So I was just like, yeah, whatever, do your own thing. If you like talking to yourself, that's cool. Wish I could be a part of a solo conversation one of these days. So she's over there doing that. And so one day I'm like, you know what? I'm going to treat her to a tea date. I think it'd be fun. So we decided to go on a date. I knew she really loved tea and she loved reading. And I love reading. I don't really care about tea though. You're cute. Thanks, Jazzy. Write the name down. Oh no. We can't change our profile picture on mobile anymore. Oh no. Why are there no black candidates for the presidency? Maybe no one could top Obama. I don't know. That's a very odd thing to point out. Also, I'm not really like following politics that much. I find it all to be really toxic, and it's all just like a popularity contest, and I'm not about that. So, food for thought is talking to God and an imaginary friend. No, it depends on the person though. But if you're someone that doesn't believe in God, then yeah, it would be you thinking that they're talking to an imaginary friend. But if it's the person talking to God, then no, they're not going to view it as them talking to imaginary friends. So I guess it's all perspective, and a lot of life is dealt by perspective. And if you are someone that doesn't understand their perspective, you fear it, and so a lot of decisions get blown out of proportion because you don't understand their perspective. And fear guides a lot of our decisions in life, and that's a very compelling thing to think about when you really think about it to the nitty gritty of everything, especially during like the witch trials. Those were creepy and crazy and mostly just super misguided people that were just following by, oh my God, yeah. Um, by the way, I love the Salem witch trials. I think that stuff is like really interesting. Although I don't like it because of the, I like it just because it's weird. I like that stuff. I like it. I don't know. A little about me. Hey, Tick Kids, how you doing? Hey, Thomas. Well, hello. I joined the stream for no reason. Oh, keep telling the story. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I always get on tangents. Okay. So I found out that she's talking to herself. So I invited her to a tea house. I thought that was really, um, I thought it was really a good idea to bring her there. And so I got herself a little nook. So it's a little space with a, you lay down cross legs in front of a little table. You have your tea kettle and you have your tea and your assortment of herbs for it. And there's a window with there's a whole line of books all around the room. And I just brought my own. I was reading Lord of the Rings at the time because I love Lord of the Rings. Um, um, So we sat there, or I sat there, and she came up. She finally drove in, and she comes in and sits down. So I'm chatting with her. We're having a good time. We're talking. And then I get to go to the bathroom. I come back and sit down. And when I sit down, she's like, "Oh, Aaron, don't sit there. Like, can you sit over here?" I'm like, oh, I thought she was like pulling a move on me. Um, can we leave politics out of the chat, please, guys? Please, no politics in my chat, guys. Thank you. Um, so we're sitting there, and she tells me to sit next to her. So I thought it was her putting like a move on me. Uh, hey, Maddie. Um, and I thought she was trying to pull a move, like I should sit next to her type of thing. I was like, oh, that's cute. I like that. And she's like, no, I want you to sit over here because my friend's sitting there. I'm like, oh, okay. Where is he? I was actually pretty. I was actually excited to have someone else there too. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I had some weird people in the chat. Okay. Um, and so I was sitting there, And she says, my friend's in there. So I'm in there, sitting there waiting for a friend. I was like, oh, where are they? And like, oh, he's right there. It's Rupert. I'm like, where? And she's like, right there, Rupert. I'm like, oh, am I missing something? Are you messing with me? She's like, no, that's my friend Rupert. I'm like, oh, I don't see anyone there. She's like, well, he's my friend. You know, he's my friend. I'm like, okay. And so in my head, I'm like, oh no, she has an imaginary friend. And hey, Ram. And she's like, oh, it, just can you like apologize to him? I'm like, I'm sorry, Rupert. She's like, okay, all better. So then she continues talking, and then she like moves a teacup in front of Rupert, and and uh, and starts pouring tea in it. And I'm like, wait, does he drink tea? She's like, duh. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like I started getting concerned about Rupert. I'm like, do you drink tea? So I continued talking, and but I just part of me could not stop and just think like, okay, this you have an imaginary friend, and I'm like, it's so like out of my realm of understanding that I try to really understand. Like when I don't understand something, I try to really understand myself so that I don't come off as being like um, someone that isn't trying really hard to get them, if that makes sense. So I just want to be, I want to understand, and so ignorant, I guess would be the word. So I'm like, do you see Rupert? Because I don't see him at all. Like, what does he look like? I don't understand. You're making Rupert feel really uncomfortable, Aaron. You could just ask him. I'm like, you're messing. You have to be messing with me. Just, I don't know. I was like 18, so I like it was really hard for me to just get it. I really thought she was just messing with me, and turns out not at all. This is my very first instance of dealing with this stuff. So like I just couldn't get it. I tried so hard. And eventually it just drove me crazy because she just kept making me like apologize to him and move for him, pay for him. I paid for an extra tea for this guy. Didn't even drink the tea. I just didn't even drink it. I even asked if I could just drink his tea, and she's like, "No, Rupert is drinking that." Okay. So then I started thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my God, what if we go on like big dinners and then she brings Rupert and then I have to pay for all of Rupert's dinners? Or what if we go on like rides at like roller coasters and I have to pay for his way in? And so it's just like all that stuff like started going in my head. And so I looked at her, I was like, look, I don't see him and I don't get it. Um, and I'm trying to understand, but I feel like the more I try to understand, the more I feel like I'm offending you and your friend here. So maybe this isn't for me. Um, she's like, "Are you doing what I think you're doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't see him." How can I? If he's always gonna be there, I don't know who he is, or I can't see him. What if he like? I don't know. Okay, so this guy's just trolling. I just couldn't see him. So I ended up breaking up with her. I was like, look, I'm sorry, it's not you. It's just the fact I can't see him. I have no idea where he is, and he's your friend, and I feel bad for that. So um, it's not for me. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. So uh, and I feel like it's a disadvantage if you can only talk to each other, and I can't talk to him or understand him either. So yeah. So I'm I'm gonna go. And she's like, wow, okay. Um, I understand. You have a good day, Aaron. And she said it just like that. Just like that. I was, and so I got up and I like bumped the table and I bumped Rupert's tea a little bit. So I'm like, I grabbed the tea. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, Rupert. Um, do you, I'm sorry. So I get up and she's just staring at me as I walk down the stairs. And so I walk out, I go to my car, and I'm having a hard time opening my car. But then I look up and I'm looking at the little window. It's a little window like this big. And she's just, oh no, it was like this. And she's standing, but she's standing like the right side. And there's like enough space for someone else right next to her. Just looking out the window at me. I'm like, get out of here. Nothing to see here. Don't look up again. And uh, she ended up calling me again, and she's like, "I just, I don't understand what went wrong, and I think Rupert wants to say something to you." I'm like, "Oh no! Now Rupert knows my phone number." No. So, hey, Duck. Uh, so I'm on the phone, and I can hear her in the background. Just tell him what you wanted to say. Just, just tell him. Get him back. And I heard that. I'm like, oh my god. She's like, I need him back. He's such a nice boy. Okay. Uh huh. Well, I appreciate that, Rupert. Aaron, please don't cut off Rupert. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. All right. She's like, did you hear all that? Sure. Yep. Mhm. Yep. He said all the things. She's like, good. So now you understand that I want you back, right? Oh yeah. About that, I decided that I just maybe relationships just aren't for me for right now. So, especially when I can't understand your point of view. So I'm just going to respectfully take a break from relationships right now. But you're great, and you definitely deserve to be in one and have someone that appreciates every part of you. But that person isn't me. So I'm gonna do the good thing and just end it here before it gets any further, right? And she's like, I understand. I'll see you later, Aaron. Then hands up. And so I'm just like, I heard the, and I'm an 18-year-old kid. I'm still in my parents' house. I'm about to graduate. I'm laying there on my bed. I'm like, Rupert's gonna kill me. I thought for sure I was dead. Rupert's watching. I would have had to tell her, look, I'm too jealous to share you with Rupert. I should have said that. Movie Silence of the Lambs comes to mind. Oh my god. Hey Spear, must have been super cringe. It was so cringe. Oh my god, was it so cringe. Um that had to be the most creepy part. I think the most crazy ex I ever had was when I accidentally dated. I actually dated a stripper. I told you guys the story. Her name was Diamond. You guys all remember the story. Her name was actually Emily, though. And I met her when I was at like the 18 and older casino, and um, wonder how where she is and how she's doing. She's a doctor for University of Washington right now because I'm still friends with her on Facebook. I don't actually when I break up with my exes, I actually never end in bad terms. We always end up staying friends. Um, and all I know is that she shaved her head like 5 times, and then I don't know. I don't think she's ever dated ever since then. I didn't really look into this, so. Ended up in a hole in her basement. It puts a lotion on skin. Oh God. Yeah, most people have heard this story. So I dated a stripper, and I didn't know I was dating a stripper. Um, and when I was first talking to her, so I'm sitting at the blackjack table at an 18 and older casino, and I'm sitting there, I'm winning, and I haven't left the table because I'm just crushing the table. I started with $20, and I just haven't stopped winning, and so this girl sits down next to me, and she's very good looking, and so uh, she actually is the one that initiates the conversation. So I hit, and she's like, "Wow, you're hitting on that. Who would have thought?" The guy winning every single hand to this table and decides to hit. I'm like, I can't do it. Uh, I used the pickup move there. I'm not gonna say it out loud. And she's like, "Oh my, okay, I see you. What's your name?" My name's Aaron. Um, yeah. So this is my table. Welcome. You're welcome to sit here. That's fine. As long as if you win. And say it. You gotta. I can't. It's definitely not family friendly. It's not family friendly. But it was just like I don't know. It was when you're. I don't know if none of you guys have probably played poker, but when you hit, and never mind. It was a poker pickup line. Hit in Discord. Oh yeah, sure. So you could type it in chat. Perfect. Um, so God, thinking back then, I was so confident, and like thinking about all these stories versus how I am now. I'm just like a completely different person now. Like it's hard to like tell like how different I am. You want a candy through poker? Nice. Um, and eventually it came down to where it was her and her boys, like her guys were there, and she was telling me all about herself and how she works on a bar, works on a bar. I just thought she worked at a bar. That was literally what I thought. Because people get scarier as they get older. That's true. Um, and so I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's interesting. And so I started asking a lot of questions about her and what she likes to do. She said she likes long car rides, and um, she just likes being chill, hanging out. I'm like, oh, that's what I like to do. Shoot, man, that's cool. I'm down with that. And I was like, I wouldn't mind hanging out with you one of these times. And she's like, okay, I'm down. Let's hang. And so I got her number, and we ended up hanging out. Um, this is the same girl as when I was in the middle of like a drug scenario. Um, so I'm at work. I'm working at theater. I'm just an innocent guy working at a theater, right? And I get off work after I just got done selling tickets for, I think it was Finding Dory, I think it was. I was like, all right, we sold out. All right, it's my day off. And she's like, hey, baby, how's it going? I'm like, oh, it's going good. How you doing, girl? And so we get in the car, and her friend is in there, and so I get in the back seat, and I'm behind Emily. Her stage name is Destiny. Her friend's name, who's also a stripper, is her name is Candy. They're like the very like generic ones. Um, so I get back there, and um, she introduces me to her, and she's like, by the way, when we get to our destination, we're just gonna drop something off. We're gonna pick someone up and then drop something off really quick. Can you just be Candy's brother today? Why? She's like, no, don't, baby, don't worry about it. It's okay. Okay. Sure, whatever. I felt like I was like that Fry meme where he like squints his eyes when he doesn't understand. So I just go with it. I'm like, oh, whatever. Yeah, I'll be your brother. That's cool. So being the guy I am, I'm just really friendly with people. That's like my biggest. I think that was one of my biggest letdowns as a person is that I'm way too friendly at every occasion when you shouldn't be that naive in every occasion. Um, and so we get to our destination. This guy walks out of a house, and it was just a very creepy looking house. Those I'm just going to stop a minute scenes and can get dangerous. Got my back window shot out of a car like that. Oh, you're gonna like the story then. So um, this guy comes out of the house. He has this huge, like, you look like those kids in high school that had those are like a little tiny kids that have like the big backpacks on, and they're like walking really fast with their huge backpacks. He looks like that, and he was really skittish. He was very just skittish the whole time. And he sits in the seat, and he has this huge backpack on his lap, and um, he's like, you good, man? You you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. Are you okay? You're sweating profusely. You're sweating a lot. And she's like, my girlfriend at the time was like, don't worry, baby, it's okay. He just likes to sweat. Let him sweat. I'm like, okay, just asking. So I'm sitting there, and he's shaking the whole time. He's over there just shaking, asking me every like 30 seconds, like, are you good? Yes. You've asked me like the 100th time. Yes, I'm good. What's wrong with you? So we're driving. It's late, and the street lamps are coming on, and we pull into this like cul-de-sac. I think it was like a dead end of a road, and there's houses all around, but there's like a couple fences at every like. There's three fences or entrances, and we're in this car, and these four huge men come out of the darkness. They basically came out of the pathways and just walked up to the car. And I'm not a small dude. I'm a big guy, but these guys are big, right? Two strippers, a drug dealer, and a white boy walk into a bar. um, and I know I'm in like the I'm like in the bad parts of the city. I know I am, and but I haven't had issues with it, so I was cool with it. I was chill. So I'm sitting there, and the guy pulls up to my window. He's just sitting there, and so each guy goes up to every window, and the guy looks at me. He's like, "Who's this young bud?" I'm like, and she's like, Emily's like, "Oh, that's Candy's brother." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Candy's brother." Yeah. He's like, you don't look like each other at all. And I was like, yeah, we just had the same dads. So I'm in the lie. I don't know why I'm buying into the lie, but it's kind of like playing Mafia, right? You just want to buy into it and hope it convinces them. So that was kind of fun. But the guy's like, "Are you good?" And he lifts up his shirt a little bit, and he has a gun in his his waistband. And I'm like, yep, yep, I'm good, dude. I don't know why everyone's asking me if I'm good tonight. I feel pretty good. um, and the guy next to my girlfriend at the time, uh, he's like talking to her, and um, he's like, "Hey, baby girl, so where am I good at?" And she's like, "Oh, I got you, baby." And so she snaps her fingers back at the guy next to me. And the guy like reaches in the bag, pulls out this little white sack or like Ziploc bag, and it has like what looks like flour inside of it, and hands it to her. And she hands it to him. He hands her this fat wad of cash, like it was the fattest wad of cash I've ever seen. Hands it to her, puts it in her hand. She puts it in her purse. And so I'm like looking around her shoulder, like, what? What is going on? What am I a part of? So I start like freaking out because I realize, oh no, oh no, this is the situation I'm in. Um, and the guy's looking at me, he's like, "You still good? You still good, little bro?" I'm like, I'm good. I'm good, man. Thanks, man. Um, and so they leave. The guy opens up the other guy's door, pulls like looks like he just drags him out of the car, and then holds up his back of his shirt as they walk into a path into the darkness. Just, I'm pretty sure that guy's dead, 100%. I think that guy died that night, and he no longer has to sweat anymore. I think that's the biggest thing there. So I'm sitting back there, like we're driving away, and she's like, I forgot what she said. She's like, "Aaron, do you want some chicken nuggets?" Like, what was that? What's going on? What did he hand you? Why do you have so much money? She's like, "Aaron, baby, don't worry. It's okay. Don't freak out. It's fine. We're going to get you some chicken nuggets." I'm like, "Stop saying that. I don't want chicken nuggets." So, like, "I want you to drop me off right now. I want you to drop me off right now." And she's like, "Aaron, we're almost at McDonald's. It's fine. You love chicken nuggets." "I don't love chicken nuggets." I don't want any of it. And so she pulls over. She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "By the way, relationship done. Nope, no more. You and I done." She's like, "Aaron, no, please don't be like this." I'm like, "Nope. You go get your chicken nuggets and get the F out of here." So I walk off. I'm pretty sure she immediately started crying. Her friend Candy was yelling at me out the window. It was a whole mess. Um, and so I ended up walking to McDonald's by myself, and I got some chicken nuggets because it sounded pretty good. Then my brother picked me up. He was asking what was going on, so I told him, and he was just like, "What the hell? What?" Yeah, I thought that was a pretty funny story for him. And after that, you better treat me to lobster and steak. That's right. Uh, so, um, what else happened? Oh yeah, she like stormed at my work the next day, and she brought the guys that surrounded the car. She brought those guys there too, and she's in the middle of the theater, the lobby, just screaming my name. "Aaron, where are you? This isn't over." I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, no." Please. And my buddy, because we're both managers there, he's just laughing so hard. He's like, "Oh my god, this happened to me last week." Like, what? You had the same thing happen to you? He's like, "Yeah, I didn't have anyone here either." So she just yelled at me for like 30 minutes. I'm like, "Oh no." So I'm like the projector guy. So I'm the manager. I fixed the projectors when I was working in the theater at the time. And the next girl I dated was working with me. Her name was Marissa. Um, and some of you might know who that was. Um, so I go downstairs and Marissa is just laying into Emily. She's just like, "You're an idiot. How dare you come to your ex's work and just try to embarrass him like that? I would never treat him like that. I don't know what type of girl you are or who raised you, but you better get your scrawny ass out of here." And she's like, Emily's just he's not your man, so you don't know how to treat him. He's my man, so I know how to know what's best for him. So I need to get him straight right now, and he needs to get off work so I can yell at him. And so Marissa goes there, and she starts like grabbing her hair and yanking her out the door, which you can't do, by the way. She's gotten so much trouble for that. But she drags her out the door, and they end up like in a screaming match, and they started trying to fight. Me and the guy that had the gun were just standing there, like watching them. And the guy walked up. He's like, "Bro, I think you made the right move, man. I would never want to go with that. She's crazy, bro. But you got yourself someone right here, though. That honey's nice." I'm like, so I was like, "What about Marissa?" God, I was such a bad guy. Like, oh my God, when I think about this stuff, it's just so horrible. I went from one girl to another. It was just, it was so bad. That's why it was like when people said I should take a break from relationships, it was literally like that all the time. Where I would end a relationship, it would be like a week later, and I'd be dating someone new. Um, but I just watched them yelling at each other because it was like a cat fight, and we're all of us dudes are just like, pretty cool action. So they're over there smoking. I'm just standing there, and they get done yelling at each other. Marissa comes over here. She snaps her fingers and says, "Get inside. Get your ass inside." So like, oh, okay. Emily's over there. She's like, "So was it really over?" I'm like, "Yeah, I told you that yesterday. We're done." And so her boys are like, "Oh, let's go, Emily. We don't need this guy." And the guy looked at me back. He's like, and so he left. I was like, "Dude, these guys are cool. I should have hung out with them." They might have killed the other guy, but they seem pretty cool to me. um, and so then that led to me. God, every time I tell these stories, and you guys always say my life is like an anime, it really is like that. Now that I think about it, like everything was just happened one after another. It felt like a whole episode, like a whole season happened in 1 month, and it still is like that today. But yeah, I ended up talking to Marissa. She was yelling at me, and so I had to because I was a manager. I had to discipline her for uh, physically talking or handling someone, and because the other person didn't do any sort of complaint about it, and most of the action happened off of property, I couldn't really do much about it. So I just told her like next time, try not doing that. You got lucky this time, and she's like, whatever, shut up. Um, you gotta pick a girl that's actually treat you right. Like you gotta stop going with these girls. I've been hearing all these stories about how every girl you date is just one monster after another, and you need someone that needs to treat you right. I'm like, so someone like you then? She's like, yeah, someone like me. So I was like, she's like, shut up. So she walks out the room. I was like, listen, I was hoping you would help me with that because I don't know. So is that a yes or no? Shut up, Aaron. So she goes back in behind the concession, starts cleaning again. So then that kind of interaction went on for about a month, and then I started dating her. Um, We were kind of dating like a week after that, anyways. Um, but yeah, uh, so we dated for a while, and she was there only for that like 2 months because we needed support at that theater because we were losing out on people. So she came from another theater to work there, and she knew about me because I was before I became manager, I was like this well recognized employee for Regal Cinemas, and I was on a lot of papers for it. Um, and one day I showed up at the theater, and she was working at the ticket desk. And I remember I was in that moment too, because I was just out of a relationship at that time as well. And this had to have been a year before this happened. And I remember we were talking about this when we started dating each other. But I remember I was like, yeah, I was walking to the ticket counter and I saw you, and I was like, holy shit, you're really hot. But I feel like it's always so weird to hit on a girl while she's at work. So I always make it a promise to myself to never hit on someone while they're at work. Am I still a gamer? Yes, very much so. Tamer, you find a girl after girl. That's what it was for a while there until I forced myself to take a break from relationships. And so when people don't see me in a relationship, it's kind of weird to them. I don't know why. Like, what's wrong with not being in a relationship? I've honestly, I've built so much of my life ever since I've been out of relationships than when I was in them. But then again, if you're out of relationships, you don't have as many crazy stories either. Um, but I was like, oh yeah, she's really hot, and she's like, yeah, I remembered you. You were that guy that came in to help us when we needed a person. And I'll be honest, whenever my manager walked in the ticket booth, I would talk about you the whole time. I was like, he's really cute, and he's really nice, and he's tall, he has dark hair, and he's handsome, and he has these cute freckles on his face. And uh, I was like, oh my God, okay. Uh, wow. And so I would always peek out the ticket booth. You wouldn't see me because you're over there. You're always working, and that's what I loved about you because you were never you had like great work ethic, which I do. I have really good work ethic. Like when I have a job, I finish it to completion. So I was that guy, and so she would always like peek out and like look at me as I was working. Um, I didn't do that to her because I was too busy working. Welcome back, Draco. And so I remember that's when she finally approached me and was like, um, we should go on a date. I was like, okay, let's go. So before all that, we started running a lot. And so we were doing a lot of running up and hiking, where I was a long distance runner. And what I did a lot of my training was running up mountainsides on hiking trails. And so it was really fun. And this was the same hike that I would run with her, and there was a waterfall at the end of it. There's a lot of nature to see. This is the same hiking trail I told you guys. This one where this is the same trail where we found the cougar, not like the mountain lion. And the mountain lion was in the tree, and I really, really needed to take a dump. So we're running, and when running happens, your stomach gets shaken up, and so you really need to I really needed to go. So I'm like, hey, listen, I got to go bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. So I go off trail, and I'm sitting there, and I'm underneath a tree. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. It's out of sight, out of everything. I'm good. And yes, I carry a little small backpack, but it has like toiletry in it, so just in case. So I'm always very prepared. So I'm sitting there, and then all I hear is this really deep purr, like a really deep one. I don't know how to get a purr and deep at the same time. There should be a channel in Discord with clips of the stories. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. um, and so, well, I'm extra prepared because I've always had situations where that's popped up and it was awful. So now I'm like self-conscious of all that stuff. And so I look up. I'm like, as I'm about to go, I look up, and they're just looking down from the branch, just looking right at me. I'm like, okay, okay. start walking away. And I started walking away, and I didn't look back, but I could still hear the purring, but the purring was going in the distance. But I was like, oh my God, I could have died there. I was like, oh my God. So I told my friend, and he was like, what? Are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I've heard stories of people just getting mauled by mountain lions, and I was like, that could have been me. But maybe it's because I was a big guy that the mountain lion was thinking about it. But I was big, and maybe it didn't want to take a chance on me. Sure cure for constipated in the woods. True, very true. Yep. Didn't need more to stop me from wanting to go. So I was like, yeah, let's just go home. I don't feel like hiking today anymore. He's like, yeah, let's get out of here, dude. There's a mountain lion nearby. Um, you could have catches it though. Yeah, after I get mauled. Um, but anyways, it's the same hiking trail. Um, but this time we ran up it, hiked up it multiple times, and she liked to bring her dog with her, and so I like bringing our dog with me. So we run up the hills with our dogs, and one day I decided I'm going to do something romantic for her. And so I ran up there before she ran up there. And we used to go up there at like 6 a.m. just so we could catch the sunrise. Um, and so I ran up there at 5 o'clock, and I set up a picnic spot at the top, the crest of the mountain, and I set up a boombox. I made an actual like picnic lunch. It was a bunch of bento boxes. So I had rice. I made uh, green jelly, green apple jelly boba. That was really good. I made it myself too, so it was really good. Um, and I made sushi with it. No, no, it wasn't sushi. What did I make with that? Oh, no, it was. Was it? It might have been sushi. I can't remember, but it was just like a little bento box. It was really cute. Um, and I brought two books for us to read, and um, so I run back down the hill, the mountain, and I get to my car. My dog's in there freaking out, and she pulls up in her car with her dog, and so I'm like, "Are you ready for this?" So I instantly tried drying my the sweat off from running up there for so long. So I had to run up that mountain twice in order to do this. So I was exhausted. But she, as we're getting to the top, she's like, "Wow, you're getting slow." She started making fun of me, man. She's like, "You getting fat?" And I was like, "No, I'm able to run up a mountain. How am I fat?" uh, we would get up there and she sees it, and um, she stops and she like looks back. The dogs are over there trying to eat the bento snacks. I'm trying to stop them, but she's just like taking it all in. She stops and she looks at me. And she's like, "No one's ever done this for me before. This is really cute." And I don't know what to say. I'm like, "Don't say anything. Do you like to dance?" And she's like, "I love dancing." But before this, I spent when I was dating her, we dated for like 6 months, but it was like 2 months or 3 months prior to us breaking up. Actually, um, I was learning how to dance from my mom. My mom was teaching me, and so we just did the normal, just like slow dance. And my mom was a really good dancer, uh, and I learned how to dance from her. Yeah, this is still Marissa. Um, and so she was like, "You just always got to feel like you're in the lead, okay? And you got to be confident with your stance, because no one wants to dance with a slouch." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm good with that." So, so just slow dance, and it was really fun learning from my mom like that, and we bonded pretty well over it. And My dad would always walk in. He would do his jokes like, "Oh yeah, I remember dancing with your mom for the first time. I stepped on her feet like 20 times." She's like, "You can't see that to Aaron. He's gonna start doing it. You guys with your big feet." He's like, "Yeah, she got really mad because she loves dancing, and I'm terrible at it. It was your fault for marrying me." She's like, she's like, "You're an idiot. Shut up. You embarrassed me in prom." I, I was wondering why it was. He was like, "Yeah, it was called combat dancing. That's why, because I was stepping on everyone's feet." She's like, "You're an idiot. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm teaching Aaron." He's like, "Whatever. us us boys can't dance, so good luck teaching him." I swear I'm all learned. Hey, PUBG. Um, so I ended up learning. I spent 3 months learning. So she taught me like different dances. Hey, Ricky. Um, and she's like, after 3 months, she's like, "I think you're ready." She's a really good dancer, as you say. So I think you're good enough now where you aren't embarrassed when doing it. And I was like, "Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate that." So that was a good bonding moment. Um, no, you can't dance when your girlfriend wears steel toe boots to the prom. Yeah. uh, so we're up there and we're dancing. We're just slow dancing, and I really like Jack Johnson. I don't know if people know who that is, but I really like Jack Johnson. I really like chill music. Like I'm a very chill person, and I like intermediate rock a lot. Um, but I've been expanding a lot of my music knowledge quite a bit recently, where I've been listening to a lot more rap too. I haven't gotten to country. My brother used to listen to it all the time, and I just couldn't stand it. Um, I used to like Toby Keith and Brad Paisley a lot growing up, but those were like everyone else. I was just like, "Oh my god, this is annoying." Um, but yeah, I love chill music. There's a new update for Lumion Legacy. Are you not playing it? No, I'm not playing Lumion Legacy. Um, so we're going up there. She's listening to it. She's like, "I love this. This is good music." I was like, "Thank you." And then I forgot. Oh, it was so dumb. On my iPhone, I forgot that I had downloaded. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I forgot I downloaded Lion King and Mulan soundtracks. So "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" popped up. I was like, "Oh no!" And she's like holding on to me, and she just starts laughing so hard. She just starts just like it sounded like she was like cry laughing because it was just like, "Oh my god, was this planned?" I was like, "No, I just like Disney music." I was like, "No." She's like, "Oh my god, you're such a goofball. I love it." I was like, "Oh my god." She's like, "Oh my god, you're so funny. I love it." I was like, whatever. Shut up and just enjoy the music." All right, see you, Capralas. Have a good night, dude. Can you feel the love tonight? And I was like, I was sitting there like, I like whispered. I was like, "Can you feel the love tonight?" She's like, "Shut up. Don't ruin the moment." um, and so we're sitting there, we're dancing, and eventually it gets to the point where it's like the sun's finally like really coming up at this point. So we get to see the sunset. We're just sitting there, we're like sitting back to back as we're looking over and enjoying it. And um, she just starts reading. And then I start reading, and we're still listening to Jack Johnson, and we're eating the food, and she just like leans back. She's like, "I've never been on a date like this before, and this I have to say, this is my favorite date of all time." Like, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, as I'm reading, I'm like, like, "Oh!" Like, nailed it. Um, That's why I always tell people, like, you don't really have to like go all out. I kept expecting the mountain lion to appear at some point and just maul me. Yeah. I was sitting there, I'm like, I started thinking, I'm like, yeah, you just don't really have to go all out on dates. If you just like put little bit of thought into the date, and you could tell that you actually put thought into it, and sure, it may not cost any money, but you can make something really nice from nothing, really. And so that's what I ended up doing. Of course, it cost me money to get food there and gas to get there, but that's insignificant compared to like an $80 dinner per person, which I've done before, which sucked. Um, but yeah, we just ended up reading, and yeah, that was the whole date. It was really, really nice. Um, uh, but we made like a whole day of it. We just like hung out there, and uh, when it became nighttime, it was just like the stars were all out. It was really, really nice. Um, and I just sat there. I just started telling stories, kind of like how I'm telling you guys. And I know that can take hours because holy hell, as we all know, I talk forever and I could talk everyone's ear off. But for some reason, people like to hear me talk, so I guess that's fine. Um, but she just listened, and then she shared some of her stories. I got to hear a lot about her life and her upbringing, and her philosophy on things, and what her out view on life is, and what its meaning is, and what she feels like she can contribute to it, and what she would want from someone, and what she expects out of people, and um, yeah, it was a really good. It was good. It was a good day. Um, but yeah, I just guess that's just the type of person I am, and what they expect out of me when you date me. Um, I'm a hopeless romantic, that's for sure. I won't say hopeless, but I definitely go all out. Um, and the biggest gripe that people like whenever I date someone, their biggest thing is especially with my the last girl I dated. She wasn't prepared for to date someone that was so well put together already. Um, like I'm not gonna lie, I already I feel like I have a lot of things figured out in life. And oh, Mary go sicko mode on those dates, true. Have you ever wondered what would happen if your ex stripper girlfriend met the one with the visible friend? Well, one became a doctor, the other one is not doing great in life. Uh, and she just was not the smartest tool in the shed, so I feel like they would have a hard time relating to each other. So I don't know. I never really thought about it. So, but yeah, like the last girl I dated, she uh I guess she just didn't feel like she could ever measure up to basically the type of life I was expecting. Because I was already like already just wanting to move on, you know. Um, like honestly, I could, if I really wanted to, I could just have a family right now, and I'm already confident enough, and I already know how my goals are all aligned and they're all accomplishable. I make enough money, so I feel like I'm stable. Um, I don't have any problems. I'm financially just in a comfortable spot. Um, and so when it came down to that point where there's a point where the relationship either just like it's past the honeymoon phase and it gets to the point where it's like it either just keeps staying at a mundane spot for years and nothing happens to the relationship. People keep asking, "Are you guys going to get married or anything like that?" This relationship, it got to that point, and she just knew. She was like, "I I'm not there yet," and but you are, and you're like, I want to date someone that wants to mess around, and you're definitely not someone that wants to mess around. You're a guy that girls will want to marry, and I'm not there yet. Um, And so that kind of hit me. I was like, are you saying that like as a bad thing? And it was like another situation where I just didn't understand, because I've never been put in that spot before. Like I've never been told I'm not a guy that uh, people just want to end up marrying. Because I never thought of myself that way. Because I'm a very selfish guy. So um, when it comes down to it, I'm a pretty selfish guy. So it didn't end up working out, and I remember I was trying to explain. Um, I was trying to explain like, I mean, you can totally be there if you wanted to. It's just like you can't make that leap over it just yet. And she did not like that. Um, and so the way I explained it is, I I explained it as like, so you're seeing it as if I'm building a house. So if we're gonna do like an analogy, um, so it's like I'm over there building a house and you're over there still chasing butterflies. Like you're carefree, you don't have goals right now. You don't know what you live day to day. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Whereas I have like 10-year plans, 5-year plans, 1-year plans. Um, I have goals that are probably extending like past 20 years old or 20 years. Um, and it was then I realized I was like, oh, that's why when you get in a relationship, you want it to be equal. You want it, you got to both be on the same page for things. You don't want to date someone that or marry someone that is not on the same page as you, or else it's just not going to work out in the end. That's why a lot of marriages end up, there's a lot of divorces that happen, because they're just either they get tired of each other, or it's just not working out because they just aren't on the same wavelength as each other. Um, and so I guess it was good that I learned or found out early that it wasn't for me. Not that I'm actively looking for someone that I want to marry, but at some point I am going to want to marry someone. Um, and I don't know when that will be. Um, I also kind of understand what the type of person that I would go for. So yeah, but yeah, that's it for that. So I've been in all of these relationships, and a lot of these things didn't go as planned. And as you know, some of them become funny, some of them are pretty good, and each one I learned from. Um, I learned something about myself too along the way. So each one left me wondering, like, what did I do wrong here, or what can I improve on here? Was it really my fault, or was it theirs? Was there a fault to be blamed? Um, and I don't know. So then after that relationship, I was like, I just need to take a break from relationships. That was the last one I was in. And I was like, I just need to take a break. I need to work on my life, get everything completely figured out. That way, it'll make it a lot easier for anyone else. And so if I have my life figured out and I figure out what I'm doing, which I do at this point, um, then I can make room for that. So I'm trying to be mature about it and try to be as prepared as possible, because I am getting to that age where I will end up marrying someone. Like two of my best friends are getting married this year, um, and one of them is marrying the very first person they started dating, which I thought was really cool. Um, so, but yeah, but I also wouldn't be surprised if I was just single for the rest of my life too, because I am that type of guy that it's kind of hard. Like I'm really picky too. Um, so I don't know. My dad always says I should just stay single. Um, because he's like, oh my god, you would have so much more money, you wouldn't have kids to worry about. A lot of my friends like trying to like get me to go out with their friends all the time, and their friends really want to go out with me because they hear all the stories, how funny I am. I'm not bad looking, uh, but I just don't like getting set up like that. I think I like it when it's just natural. So they stopped doing that, which I like. Um, so that's the reason why I don't really date anyone anymore, at least for right now. I'll probably be open to it in the future, maybe when I get much healthier than I am right now. Because we've been only like 11 months into being healthy, so I would expect to be at that point in like 3 months, and then it's like, oh, okay, I'm back in the market, cool. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'll also be close to graduating too. That's the one thing. I want to be graduated before I start like actually looking for something like that. You know, I want to be completely just stable. So there's that. It's something I've talked to my brother a lot about too, and he thinks I'm making the right path or choices for this. And in most cases, he's right about things about me. So I try to lean more to his uh, opinion. So that's why I'm going with that. So if you guys are wondering, and a lot of you guys have asked why I don't get in relationships anymore, because I talk about them so much when I get to stories. It's just I got to focus on me, and a lot. I feel my advice to a lot of people is to really just like don't worry about other people's opinions so much or others like acceptance of you. You got to accept yourself first. So, all right. Have a good night, Sabina. Love you. Um, but yeah. So there's that. Um, I did end up going on that Valentine's date, and that went well. And no, I haven't talked to her since. Um, and uh, yes, she has hit me up, but I'm just not there yet. I don't think so. So I just don't feel like I'm gonna be able to commit with that. I just yeah, having pets is way better. I just want a dog. I want to get a dog. Maybe that'll help with things. Um, but that's the plan. Right after I graduate, I'm gonna get a dog, and it's gonna be mini Aussie. I already decided it's gonna be a mini Aussie. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be all a little energetic fur ball. Um, can't wait. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the name is gonna be yet. Um, I was thinking Tibbers. I think that'd be a cute name, Tibbers. But who knows? Wolfington? I don't know if I could call it Wolfington. Wolfington. Wolfing. Wolfington. Wolf. Wolfington. I would have to give him like a top hat and a monocle. Oh yeah, I gotta show you guys the rest of these posters. We'll just do that and we'll call the stream good, okay? So here's another one. The Charizard. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry, there's a blur because there's like a protective screen on here right now. I'll take it off, but yeah, here's the Charizard. Okay. All right, here's Full Metal Alchemist. Elric. Edward Elric. But yeah, this is one of my favorite ones right here. Has the symbol in the background. Equivalent exchange. This is the one my brother wanted me to get, so I had to get it. I love Link from Legend of Zelda. So this is a really cool poster of it. I believe this is from Breath of the Wild, which I have to finish at some point. Let's do that this year. Let's finish Breath of the Wild. That means I'll have to start over. Here's Yoshi. This is my favorite Mario character. I love Yoshi. Whenever I play Mario Kart, I'm always Yoshi. So my brothers always recognized me for Yoshi when I was growing up. Like every time we played Mario Kart with family, I was always Yoshi. My brother David was Bowser. My brother Dinkle was Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong or Toad. He was one of those three. My dad was Wario because he liked that he looked like a dad. Like he's like Wario looks like me a little bit. And my mom was Princess Peach all the time. So that was our family as Mario Kart characters. There's Yoshi. Pretty cute Yoshi. And I think that's it. And you guys saw the first one, which I'll show you again. Goku for Dragon Ball Z. So these posters, I'm really excited about them. They're really nice looking. They're going to be aligned to this wall here eventually, whenever I get to it. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but at some point. Wish I got the Deku one. I just wish a lot of these other ones, these ones I have here, they're like my childhood. They're like the starting of everything. So there's a lot of memories to it. For My Hero Academia, Deku, there wasn't really like a memory attached to it. It's a really good anime, but it isn't something that I can get attached to, right? So there isn't like a that's kind of like the same reason why I would get a tattoo. Like I wouldn't get one just because it looks cool. I would get it because there has to be a meaning behind it. So like if I did get a tattoo, it would probably be I wanted a raven tattoo that'd be spreading its wings on my back, and it would have its talons holding a garnet stone because my mom's name was Garnet, and we were part of the Raven clan from my tribe. So the Raven clan holding the garnet stone as a tribute to my mom and my tribe for where she's from. So there's another one where I wanted to have like I wanted a sleeve, but it'd be like a sleeve that kind of circles around my arm down, and it would be like look like a turning sleeve with different all the different characters that I loved playing as a kid, all going down my sleeve. So it'd be like Pokemon, Zelda, Destiny, definitely, World of Warcraft, just all these different games just going down my arm. I think that'd be sick, just a whole collage of them. But eventually, I want to get that tattoo. I want to get a whole sleeve of that, or at least a half sleeve, and I want to get a back tattoo of that. And then I want to get a shoulder piece of another tribal tattoo. Yeah. A Mewtwo poster? Yeah, there was, but it didn't, like, my brother didn't like the Mewtwo one because it didn't flow with the other posters. Like, it was just like red and blue and green theme, and then just randomly purple, which didn't really mesh with the colors along the way. So it was like, how about instead of Mewtwo, do Charizard? Because there's a lot of red in your posters, so it just kind of blends in better with the red into the blue, or blue into red, or red into blue into green, or something like that. If I were to get a tattoo, it would be a cross on my back to represent that I would carry the cross of Jesus. There you go. See, I feel like tattoos should have a meaning. If you're going to mark up your body, you might as well make it attribute to something or be meaningful to you, whatever it is to you that's meaningful. I think that's random purple enters. Yeah, yeah, just random. It was just like red, blue, green, purple. Where there was no transition to that purple there at all, so it just didn't flow well. It would bug me because I'm like OCD about that. So I would always look at those posters. It would be like red, blue, green, purple. Dude, you could have the Mewtwo poster on its own somewhere and have purple LED lights around it, and the same with the other posters. True. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna put LED lights behind them. I would get a tattoo that wrap of a would get a tattoo that wrap of a flower that wrap around my arm. Oh, there you go. That would be nice. I would like that. because there's a guy. His name is Kobe or Riot Kobe from League of Legends, who has this really cool flower tattoo that goes around his arm. It's so nice looking. I should show you. It's really nice. But yeah, I think I'm done here, guys. I talked your guys' ear off for almost 2 hours, so and then I got into the weird parts of talking about my current relationship status. So you guys got to know about me a lot more this stream than most. So let's call it good here. Also, I gotta go bathroom. All right, guys. You know where to hit me up. Be sure to check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/murder. When I get started, I'm still waiting on that PC. I really want it. I don't know when I'm gonna get it. Twitter, that's where, if you want to reach out to me on Twitter, do it. If you have anything you want to say to me, Twitter is the way to go. Or comment on my posts, be a part of it. I respond to literally everyone. So don't be afraid to message me on there or comment on my stuff, because then I'll reply to you. If you have questions, I'll respond to them. So that's the best way to approach me. Another good way is through the Discord, which is in the description as well. I respond to everyone there, even all the hate messages I get. Be sure to reach me there as well. And I try really hard to respond to everyone. Like, I'm really OCD about it. I know I keep talking about that, but I really want people to not feel like I'm ignoring them. So if you have issues or you have problems, don't be afraid to reach out to me about it either. Like, I can definitely help out with that to the best of my ability. Of course, I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I can't. I'm not like a parental figure or anything too. So, but I just go based off of my own experiences and how I handled them. And if that helps you, then that'd be cool. But yeah, at first it's really awkward for people when they reach out to me, and then you could tell it just gets comfortable, because naturally it's just conversation, right? It's just initiating the conversation is the most difficult part. So don't be afraid to do that. I'm a human just like you. I mess up. I make mistakes regularly. I also go to the bathroom all the time. I smell sometimes. I make bad jokes. Like, I'm human, you know? We all do the same thing. So I wake up just like you. I get to go to bed just like you. So don't be afraid. I'm not some superior human being or someone that you think is just unattainable to reach out to for advice on things or to just say what's up, you know? But yeah. Yeah, just because I'm a streamer or because I'm a YouTube content creator does not make me a better person than any of you guys. And I know people shouldn't have to say that, but it gets to that point, you know, like, people really use that stuff against people. It's just, that's a whole nother stream. I hate that. Or they think you're better than people. No, we're not getting into that. It's the end of the stream. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a good night, or good day, or a good rest of your day at least. I'm gonna try getting the shiny Mewtwo here in a bit. It's spring break for me next week, so I'm gonna be free all week. Hopefully, I'll have a computer next week. Likely not, which is really sad because I wish I had my computer ready for the spring break. That'd be so awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna continue working out. I'm gonna continue eating healthy, and by the next time I stream, which will probably be sometime next week, I'll try to do streams. I'll try to see if I can stream like Pokemon Showdown at least. You know, I probably won't have a webcam during it, but at least it'll be something I could stream and show you guys as I'm talking. Because I hate where I don't have something for you guys to see as I'm talking. As much as some of you guys love hearing my stories and stuff like that, I do like having something on the screen so you guys can watch. If you guys don't want to hear me talk, you just mute me and just watch the game. Yeah, just give you guys options. So anyways, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm Murderface, sign out. Later, guys.